This episode is brought to you by Broadhead Decals. From door wraps and roof signs, window stickers and banners, let Broadhead Decals take care of all your vinyl needs with only quality products used.
Justin's graphic design abilities will get you everything you could ever want. With super fast shipping, their turnaround time is second to none. So let Broadhead Decals take you to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast.
Remote as fuck. East side of the river.
Yep.
I hate Illinois. That's the problem.
Me too.
I hate the state. I like the people in the state, but I just hate the fucking state. I'm going to let you say it. I didn't say it.
I don't even have to say it anymore. Everybody knows.
Well, I tried to talk all these guys into moving, but they won't. They buy
like the taxes.
Yeah, they go buy different houses. They like their 14% taxes and all that shit.
Big money.
Well, you want to go ahead and introduce everybody?
We are at the stomping grounds of EPB, East Pike Boys. Got Clayton Fernandez, Ryan Sidwell, and Austin Spada, and the chef, Mr. Smoker Man, Michael Houston, down here on the end too. So you'll hear him chime in a little bit. What's up, fellas? Oh, now you motherfuckers get all silent and shit. Put a microphone in front of your face and all of a sudden you're remedial.
Every time you throw the fucking mic in front of somebody.
We kind of said that we're not going to cover nothing local with the list of the big shows. Well, I'm looking at a spring explosion.
Yeah, you can't say Spring X anymore since we moved out to California.
Yeah, I know. I get all mad. And they get all mad at me and shit. So,
Build's coming along nice.
it's stripped.
Yep, that's all that matters. It's a 001 special. Bank didn't care on that one.
So we're going to hit on some Spring X stuff. We're going to hit on some Turkey Derby stuff.
Yep.
And maybe a little fall Pleasant Hill stuff as well.
Yep.
We said nothing local, and we were talking on the way here that when you have a derby the size of the Terry Lairley Memorial Derby, it's not a national event, but it's still a big show.
It's close because we've been everywhere. Utah, I went to South Dakota.
Nebraska.
Did all that shit.
Yeah.
People are talking about it. I mean, they know that it's fucking going on.
Mm-hmm.
DTV has a lot to do with that.
Yep.
As we covered here, social media.
Yep.
That has made a lot of shows that were big anyway, bigger, and they've become national news.
Yep. Yeah, hell, there was guys from Utah there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit, I mean, that shit comes around a lot. You see it now, more so than ever. Because we were out there in Utah at Utah State Fair, and they were like, yeah, don't you all have that? And I was like, yeah, it's fucking right there.
Yeah, 1 hour and 17 minutes from the house. So we've got our balls busted about some compact stuff. But, hanging with these guys, it makes it a little, I think they're not our normal compact guys.
Right.
I mean, we've got some good buddies, that run compact stuff too. And we fuck with them just like we do anybody else.
Well, we've talked about the compact thing. I have made it very clear where I draw the line on that. I will watch a good compact show.
Correct.
I'm good with that. Shit that, they've got built motors. It's not going to come down to the end where you hear that.
Yeah. No gun goes.
Yeah.
Well, unless you spit drive axles out like a fucking remedial child.
Hard shift.
Yeah.
Hard shift.
He kind of fucked Cody on that. He was scared.
Well, because Bank Don't Care was fixing on getting fucked.
Yeah, he was fixing to win.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was fixing to win 100% because he's smart. Look, when you're in a hobo car there's 13, 14 of us out there. Half of us mod guys done cleared the track off anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came down to the last 3 or 4, if you watch the video, he put a shot on Jesse Howe in a hobo car that I wouldn't even thought of doing that. And the wagon, he was hitting that G-body, full speed reverse, trying to roll it over. And when it came down to me and him, he would come nose up on me, and he'd get to pushing with me. And like you said, he was waiting for me to shuck one because almost anybody knows I'm usually one hand on the shifter, the other stuck to the floor, and I don't let off. That's how it is. And I think he was planning on trying to get me to bog down and get stuck because that track down there ain't no bottom in it. I mean. So
it's a cool ass version of a derby track.
Yeah,
how they built it down.
It's almost like an old pond, but I could feel him pushing me, and I'd get on the gas and I'd get to going. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Put it in neutral. I let her gack a couple times, and then he'd back up. As soon as he would, I'd grab drive. He'd look at me like, fuck, I thought you lost your axle. About the last time came around, and I mean it was getting hot. I just got destroyed in the car in Pleasant Hill the night before. I got pulled out of the car, and we got over by the dozer, and my car shut off. And I looked at him. I said, "Are you done yet?" And he goes, "Not a chance." I didn't even know his car was still running because he don't run headers or none of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's simple. And I looked at him dead in his eyes, leaned out the window. I said, "Are you done yet?" He said, "Not a chance," and took off. And I was like, "Fuck, man, I don't know. This just might be one of those times I just take a second and get out of this car because I was hurting pretty bad." And finally, luckily enough, I got him over on the wall, about tipped him over. I got backed up, and I think he lost steering or brakes. He lost brakes, and he took off, and I was dead in the water, sitting at the wall. And I was looking at the ass end of his car, which he loves to use so much. And I was like, fuck, man, he's going to clear my hood, take my cradle headers, the whole nine. And I'm sitting there just pumping the button. And I see him just keep coasting towards the wall. And he never stopped. And he was looking back the whole time like he was coming for me. And luckily enough, that motherfucker fired up, and he was stuck up there on the wall because he didn't have no brakes, and I drove through his I said, "There's one chance I'm getting him up there. I'm getting him up there right now."
That's the difference, we've always talked, when you got to run against your buddies, a lot of times there's some butt hurtness, there's some feelings hurt, because something doesn't go quite the way everybody is looking for it to go. But like you guys in your class, there's times when there's fucking 10 of you guys.
Yep.
Half of you really, really close, and the other half good buddies. So it's not like you can take all 10 of you, walk through the field, and then the 10 of you have to figure out how then the shit's going to play out.
I mean, I will admit, back towards the end of the Mike Brown promotions era, there was always 14, 15 cars. But there was usually then 3 or 4 that were just odd man out, and that's shit luck.
Yeah.
They get out, but then you got people on the sidelines. They're bitching because they're watching a circle track race, and that's just how it was. Especially when you're running a points, you're running a point series for 1, for 2 it's the beginning of the year, for 3 they're light weld mod cars.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't much you can do. You got to preserve your car. I mean, shit's expensive. Everybody knows that. But there was times, where points championship came along, or right there at the end of the year, Pleasant Hill, like we knew where we were all sitting. You don't want that guy to go to the points championship, so we just took it out on each other, and that's how it was. Anymore, it ain't that bad because a lot of the guys that used to run that class, they don't even run around here anymore. They'll go to Spring X, they'll go to Meadow Mayhem, they'll go to Champaign, Blizzard Bash. That's all they do all summer. And then, me, I just kind of built some hobo cars, terrorized that class for a little bit, and went about my way.
I'm pretty sure I've heard him get called a motherfucker a couple times.
Well, but we've covered that before too, and I'm glad you brought that up. Talking about people not running a class anymore locally. And you've seen a lot of the hobo guys bitching about the weld cars.
Yep.
And it has run the weld class out of here.
Pretty much.
They thought it was going to run the driver out too.
They did.
But what they did was just made them build down.
Yep.
So you're still going to have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah. They wanted
we told everybody that. Because a derby driver is going to want to run a derby. They don't give a fuck what class it is.
Yeah.
You might prefer the mod shit, but if all that's available is the hobo class, you're going to
do it. Yeah, you got to have something to do. I mean, that's the way I look at it is whenever that hobo class came along, everybody was all about it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody that didn't want to build a fucking car. And all the talk was, cut the mod class, give us their money. So in theory, they thought, well, them guys that build all them cars are just gonna shit can out of here, and we'll get their money and we'll run for it. That's how it is. But that's just not, I mean, it didn't happen. Actually, which I'm pretty sure I'm the only one out of the mod class that ran hobos last year. I think. Yeah, Justin might have ran a couple of them. Dorsey's ran a couple of them.
But just like that,
we watched that shit happen across the river.
Oh, yeah.
They were all bitching, fuck these street stock, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We want a stock class. Well, we gave them fucking stock class, and all the guys that were running street stock just stepped down in the stock class.
Why not?
And by the end of the fucking year, they were taking the money home again.
Yep.
And it burns their ass up.
Because a fucking driver's a driver's a driver.
Yeah.
It don't matter what the fuck you put him in. I think PJ did pretty fucking good job of proving that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever he went and won in a van.
Well, we've talked to PJ Snar. We've talked to Dalen Brown. Those are two guys who run street stock religiously. Well, if you're going to take their deal away, guess what?
They're coming.
We're coming down, boys.
That's the way I look at
And
it.
they will, because they're like, oh, these big name drivers. Well, who the fuck doesn't, like, you can't be the best if you don't beat the best.
Yeah.
So why the fuck wouldn't you want to run against them?
We had a lot of issues this year, and it wasn't like certainly just towards me. It's towards all of us, because we just build a certain way. Probably not the best way that the next guy does it, or the way the other guy does it, but we just we're consistent.
Does it work for you all?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, that's all the fucking.
As I say, these checks right behind me say the fuck it
Well,
does.
got a lot of copper up there on the wall.
That was good, that was the point I was trying to prove. Because we hear that shit all the time. Well, such and such knows how to build a car better than I do. Well, he knows how to build it for the way he runs. Because
Consistency.
plate placement between drivers is going to be different. We've talked about that fucking until I was blue in the face. Because everybody's like, well, I put my plates in the same spot, it didn't do anything. I'm like, well, you drive different than them, stupid.
And it comes down to how long you've been doing it, or have you tried something different? Me and Ryan used to build something a little smaller than this, no insulation. You could see the wires running down the 2x4s. It had a wood stove and a stick welder outside the door on a generator. So we used to get the shit knocked out of us all the time. That was just part of it.
Well, and there's the deal. Okay, we were just kind of eyeballing the Spring Explosion rules.
Yeah.
They changed from last year.
Yeah.
They changed from Metal Mayhem that was just ran in September. So there is the kind of the situation that I would think is, if Steven's used to running Lucky 7 rules, okay, whatever class, you're used to running Austin Johnson rules in the same class. You can struggle going to him to run with him, and he can struggle running to you because the rule changes is a lot.
Well, and not even the rule change, the interpretation between text on that. You see that shit everywhere. Another big deal is, to me, whenever they change rules like that, which I understand we're going into winter, new season, it's almost a kick in the nuts. Because it's like, all right, well, we're going to change it up where they got to do something different. That's all fine and dandy until it's a big fucking change where you got to buy a bunch of new parts.
Yeah.
Like they outlaw a fucking bumper. You see that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody already had one. Well, fuck me. I got to go spend another $1,000 building this fucking bumper. And that shit right there is just.
It's a little shit. Spring X, 8-inch. It can be no taller than 8 inches. Point can't be bigger than 8 inches. 32-inch span. You pretty much building something. Because what do you get? What else 74 rep, 76 rep. You're not getting a full pointy that you want to design out of it. It comes down to you're just gonna have to build a fucking bumper, and
that's fucking ignorant to me. It's just
because the problem is this dude is the problem child.
You know what else is stupid?
I haven't figured out why this motherfucker needs a 17-inch tall bumper.
Slow down.
I haven't figured that part out yet. Hold on.
It was 30.
He can't keep up.
Well, I told Spada to just don't even ask. Just go get him when he goes.
I was ready for another one.
Look at that.
Not two.
I'll have that.
So I'm going to ask that. Why, in your brain, which he does have a brain. I have figured it's taken me a couple years to figure that shit out. But he does have a brain. So, okay, just like the team show at Palmyra in
Yeah, that was horseshit. Shout out Grant Bowling.
during a build process such as that, because that was really new rules for you.
Yeah. Well, the Mike Brown mod.
Correct. Few little tweaks, few little changes.
You can do a little more.
And so during that process, where the fuck do you come up with, I need this super ass tall bumper?
Get tired of fixing course for it. I don't know. That's an excuse. I have my own reason for it, but that's my excuse.
Okay. So there's something else going on there that we're not going to dig into. So, okay, I understand that part.
Yeah, you can spend more time painting it. You can write big letters on it and piss people off.
It sure did piss a lot of people off.
You know how many people you know how many people are
it pissed our techs off.
He got a big bumper. He got a big bumper. And tell me why.
I was so sick of dealing with that shit.
It took
fucking just let him run. We can't do that.
It took 5'3" Grant Bowling standing there. Yeah. What was it? What had to be 14?
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, that's high enough." It was like 13 and fucking 5'8" or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was right there, and he was like,
"Fuck it."
Yeah, Grant's like, "That's big enough."
I don't think we could have put any more air in the tires.
Yeah.
I'm glad they were double.
Just go get the motherfucker up there. It's like I've done everything. I was like, no, you haven't, because it's still not there.
Don Reno gave me the smallest set of solos he had. Slapping bad boys on there. I was like, dude, this looks like a fucking squatted out North Carolina piece of shit.
And then he fucks me and changes tires before he comes out on the track.
I don't know if anybody actually paid attention.
They did. Jake Schaefer looked at me after the feature when I was getting piss pounded in the corner and had nowhere to go. He stood up there. He goes, "You got her." I was like, "Hey," how did I not get second right there? Like, I made the last call. We had that little falling out or whatever, and then he grabbed me real close and he said, "Why'd you change your tires?" I said, "Why didn't you tell me not to change my tires?"
Well, as soon as the cocksucker pulls out, I hit the headset and I was like, that piece of shit changed his tires. I said, I asked this cocksucker to do one thing.
Well, I guess on the tech side, you should have said you need to change those and leave them.
Yeah, there was a gray area in the change your tires. Change your tires, get it to 14. I changed my tires.
Wonders why I don't want to go back to promote.
I found the gray area.
You got to spell it out for us.
Yeah.
You just can't leave it open.
Yep.
So other than 2023 was really a good year for all you guys.
Yeah, for the most part.
How did running for points change your game plan for the year?
That's a 2000. Well, last year I ran the team show, and then I didn't really do much. I spent more time. Like, my main focus last year was at the point I was kind of wore out, but I still wanted to build cars. Like, we build cars for one reason. We like to spend time together, drink beer, and beat the shit out of people. That's how it is. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see him run. My goal was to get him a trophy because his son loves it. I wanted to get him a trophy. He really wanted the Derby, so we were getting him into it. He has been with me since I started, and which he's been running way before I have. He used to run the
you could have got him a trophy way cheaper.
Yeah, I know. That's what it about came down to. But last year I sat out a lot, and we built a lot of hobos for him. Mm-hmm. His ex-old lady's beating him up in the basement. And
I'm to the point where I enjoy more building and hanging out.
And hanging.
Than running at all. I mean,
we did a whole fucking episode on this.
It's more fun hanging
person,
with my boys and building, and I mean,
because I've got my cousin Daniel, and he'd rather work on the shit than run.
Yeah,
that's how he
is.
We put him in a car, and
I don't know how to
listen.
Calm down.
Actually, that's a lie. He can listen because his first ever Derby, He
You
wrote
told
it.
me to stay in the corner. I stayed in that corner.
And when I mean stay in the corner, he pretty much shut the car off and stayed in the corner and never got red flagged. Never got broke off. He had the timer had to be on 2 minutes. And I guess no one was just paying attention that he was even fucking sticked up. Well, it comes down to 3 cars. It was him, Free Tag, and Tyler Koenigbeck. He's in a hatchback Dodge something Caliber with duct tape. That's it. He fires back up, fucking cross track. He's in 3rd place at that point. No one paying attention to him. They forgot he was even a person on the track. He stayed in. I said, pick a corner, stay in it. Well, when I said that, he thought, I'm gonna drive over here, shut this bitch off. Man, he did. When we get to 3, it's time to shine. He did.
Well, I didn't. Honestly, I mean, that was a whole fucked up situation. My stupid ass sister got proposed in the middle of the fuck after the national anthem on the track.
Oh, it was bad, man.
He was zoned out.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you're redneck, but that's some pretty redneck fucking shit.
Where was that at?
Mount Sterling.
We're walking up to watch him.
Are they having a wedding at Taco Bell?
Yeah, they still haven't got married.
Yeah, we're walking up. Michael's pulling on the track. Actually, they're pulled on the track, and he's back in the corner. He's got his big ass hand on the back of the headrest. He's looking back, sunglasses on, and I'm looking at him. And Mike Brown walks out on the track. Brian Shoemaker hits the old fashioned. Dude, we got a surprise for you guys. And I seen old boy walk out there, and I looked at Michael through the window, and I was like, "You're about to witness your sister get engaged on the track." Oh,
That was
yeah.
all Robin McDonald.
He spent a bunch of money, built one mod after that, Halloween Havoc, decided to hit Brady Smith heads up right out of the gate, junked it.
And Brady keeps asking me, "Oh, I'm going to run again because I'm in this black book."
Yeah, Brady's got his name wrote down.
So Brady now has a hit list book.
Yep. First one.
Michael was the only one on it.
Yeah.
Michael, I want to
No,
talk.
I bet Josh Gordon's on it, motherfucker. After that bullshit,
Brady
County.
pulls up into Clayton's wedding in this clean.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we see it coming down the road, and we all just
All
break
shined
our
up.
necks. And he gets out strutting like, "You know what I brought?" It's like barely teasing it.
He's coming for Michael when he gets the chance. Say that.
I mean, see, that's the way them guys roll over there. Like Don Reno will pull up in that cherry driver, and then
Yeah,
Brady will be right behind him in the square body. I mean,
yeah.
those compact guys, that's what they run for dailies.
I got a lot of friends in Missouri.
Brady's a good dude, though. I
He
like
is.
Brady.
Brady actually showed up at my wedding, so you guys wouldn't know nothing about that.
I was waiting on that. I really was. I was really fucking waiting
I
on
was
that.
part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I made Si's dream come true.
Oh shit!
I mean, I was just trying to make that little boy's dreams come true.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
You did. I mean,
fuck, I'll be at your next one.
Oh, God.
maybe can we just have another reception?
Oh,
Yeah, that was
That's fun.
Liddy Titty.
Because I really did feel like a dick when I had to send that text message.
You should have.
Yeah, that next reception will be April 18th, 19th, 20th.
Spring X. It's 19th to 20th.
Spring explosion.
Explosion, you can't say.
Can't say that.
Old habits are hard to break, boys. So,
Weddings are stupid anyway.
It was pointless.
I didn't even want to be at mine.
that's why you got drunk and forgot it.
I got left at my fucking reception. About to have to drive the fucking party bus home.
You got arrested?
No, I got left there.
Oh, later.
Everybody left. Me and my wife were standing at the reception. Drunk as a motherfucker.
She's the one.
She done passed out in the van. She was done.
I was like, I guess I'm going to drive this
No.
fucking party bus home.
I held on.
I went to the car to take a nap.
Oh, okay. Take a nap. And let's not even classify it as passing out. I just
My
needed
wife was
sleep.
disappointed in me because I missed a dollar dance because I was doing cake stands.
You can't take it. Literally. Don't take Michael
Yeah, don't take it.
anywhere.
So on the hit of the big shows, we hit on it a couple weeks ago. Turkey Derby is Thanksgiving weekend. I don't know. I understand why they have it then, but we hit on that, why it makes it so hard for any one of us to go.
Why shouldn't you be celebrating that shit?
You did just get your card,
Yeah, I just
so.
went and got a fucking Indian card.
My
But-
holiday.
Spada went over to Indiana with a couple other buddies.
Yeah, cocksucker tags us on Snapchat. And I've got like fucking 14 motherfuckers that add me. I'm like, who in the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, well,
We had no part in his trip because we don't like kids.
Yeah, he took the camera.
He took that. He took that upon himself, so we just let him.
How'd that work out for you?
Not good.
Let him venture.
Yeah, it was something different. But I'm gonna stick with W bodies.
okay, other than car, how was the show
The
itself?
show itself was awesome. Yeah, a lot of good people. A lot of people from Michigan and all over the place. There was
How far of a trip was that?
3 something.
Oh, it ain't bad.
That's not bad.
And
But-
I went to Morrisonville the night before, so it was like 2.5, maybe 3 hours from there. I think it was about 3 hours from Morrisonville.
Fuck, I may do that next year.
Well,
It ain't bad.
they were fucking, they was snowing.
Well, the next day,
That's
on our way
Sunday.
home.
Oh,
Sunday,
it's not okay for it to snow there, but it can snow its fucking ass off with Blizzard Bash and everybody.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was cold. There's one spot to eat while you're there, and sit in the bleachers, and
That's
but
it.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a lot of
So I don't know if you want to go there. There's no nightlife for you.
good, yeah.
No, South Dakota.
There's no rules there. There's no rules there either. Too.
What?
Yeah, like on your bills, you just don't even read the rules.
So you can cheat.
I'm pretty sure I looked over in my heat and I seen a cradle in the car. I'm not joking. You're laughing, but I'm not fucking joking. There was a bubble looming over the yellow cradle sitting next to me.
Sounds like
It wasn't just header
And I-
protectors.
No, God, no.
sounds like a gay and B show.
I'll tell you right now, it was different, and then some fucking, I don't even know what Solero or some bum stock Solero ended up winning it, but there was about 9
Okay, so
red
you guys are
flags.
the compacts.
Yeah,
You guys are the big cars.
it was different. It was a different breed over there, but it was a lot of fun.
I tell everybody all the time.
Did you draw straws to see what heat you were in?
No, there's got 41 of us on the track.
Because you guys only ran one feature,
One
right?
heat,
It was
yeah,
just a one and
feature,
done.
That's it, yeah.
They didn't even
41.
split them.
Free
I did some
tag,
shit like that one
yeah,
time.
I think, free tag. each
Yeah,
one.
it looks like,
Oh,
full send them off here.
Paris. Was that
Yeah.
Paris?
Yeah.
3K to win.
Oh yeah, that was fucking.
We used to know the guy that won that.
Spring Explosion. That's the next move, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about it.
Well,
Strategy, game plan, cars.
all 4 bubble luminous. That's close.
There's a start.
Start. Me. We got 2 hammers, 2 nails. The other 2 can do about anything you want them to, I guess. They
Hold on, you just said 2 hammers and 2 nails.
Wow.
Let me retract that. I think he's meaning 2 hammers and 2 precisions.
Yeah. 2 drywall flags that hold the screw,
Yeah.
so the hammer can. Yeah. So I think we'll be all right. It's me, Cody Bedsworth, Calvin Leonard, and Brennan Kerr. I don't know how to say his last name. I've talked to Calvin and Brennan a lot. I got to meet him. Well, I got to meet Brennan down in Calhoun back in 21.
Would
And
not cut his
he
game.
wouldn't cut his sidebars down to 60 inches, literally 8 inches.
Says dad would kill him.
He said his dad had kicked his ass, so he wouldn't cut him. So he loaded him back on the trailer. So I told him to make sure his sidebars were 60 inches. Cause if I watch his dad kick his ass in the pits because we cut his sidebars down, then yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of competition up there, I think. A2S. Eric Dorsey, WFO, all them guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whenever we went out there last time, I was literally going to get beer while that class was running.
you missed all the fun then.
I'm serious.
Don't let him bullshit you
Yeah,
because he was carrying the fucking beer with him. He had a backpack cooler.
So he lied.
Unless he ran to the vehicle to go refill
I had
it,
to. That's exactly
then
what I
that's
did.
what happened.
That's the
because I moved the van up.
Remember
Yes, you did.
Bowling Green when that lady said you can only get one beer at a time, and I talked her into it, and I come walking back, and she had to open every one of them, and I came back with like 12 of them, and everybody's like,
We've been some places.
"How can
Bowling
you do
Green's
that?"
like that.
Well, it was, we implemented, Section 117 implemented a rule out there at Blizzard Bash, like we had a rule made because of us, that they would only sell you so many beers, because I was going up there and buying the shit by the 12-pack. I was like, don't even open it. I'll just buy the box. Just take all that.
Well, it works. We just tend, they tell you not to bring your own beer. We just bring our own beer.
That's
Unless
what you
it's,
got toolboxes
Where's that
for.
show in Missouri? They take the cooler at the gate.
Shabana.
Shabana.
Well,
Yep.
not going there.
No, Lynch's cooler's still up there.
Who runs that show? Who's a promoter up there?
Well, it used to be this one.
Yep. Not going to that one.
I think Dylan Patrick took Van and
Is that when he was wearing those stupid fucking yellow boots?
probably. Yeah,
This is
Me and
he
him
owns
got,
hog trailers for a living. So
yeah,
he gets
me and him got fucking sideways at that time.
Yeah.
Because that's
Or
when he was
Ratchet.
leaning out,
They call him
flipping
Ratchet for a
about and
reason.
shit.
Hey,
And I fucking went out there and I was like, Dylan, you need to calm the motherfucker down.
He's a nutcase, dude.
But he sent a text the very next day and
Fucking
apologized.
right.
Yes, no, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He was like, hey man, I might have got a little out of hand. I was like, Mike, no, motherfucker.
Dylan's a shit.
Yeah.
You get him and Free Tag together? Fuck.
Good time. They were down there in Turkey.
Those are some pretty good Snapchats.
Yeah, we had fun.
You know you're on a whole
Dude, they
other
were
level.
mother fucked up.
You know you're on a
5-gallon bucket of pickles.
yes.
Yes.
I said, what the fuck?
You're on another level when you're mixing your drinks in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
That's
no,
just-
another level there.
That's just wah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what the city of Virginia, Illinois has to deal with?
Oh, bud.
That's where he
neighbor?
lives.
Who's his neighbor? That was
Oh,
my
Gene.
favorite.
Oh, Gene.
That was my favorite.
Hey, you know that house? When we were younger, his mom owned that house. Or he grew up in that house, and then he got to rent it, and then the neighbor, yeah, she didn't have no love.
Good old Gene.
Anyways.
Different, man, different over there.
So you're going to Spring X, all
Yes, sir.
W bodies,
Yes, sir.
a team that you haven't ran with before.
No, I've had to run against Cody and deal with Cody. So the other two, I haven't, but we stay pretty close through social media. We've met a couple times. Brendan's came down, bought parts off of me. It's a 2-hour trip to my house for him. So we're going to cut Spring X about the same distance. He'll be about 2.5. I'll be about 2. So or 2.25. It wasn't bad. It was going to be me, these two, and we were looking for a fourth, and we kind of got behind. And with me moving and everything that was going on, we couldn't get it all together, and we all got so much different stuff going on. And he's going to keep running hobos. He'll probably keep running hobos, and
Because that was the deal, wasn't it? Because these guys don't have the full cradles.
well, you don't even,
some of the stuff that
you don't even need a full cradle. It's just the fact that the amount of parts. I told them, I said, "You got $7,000?" That's what I said to him. "You got $7,000?" And Ryan's like, "Well, I'll see." I was like, "Okay."
he can
So-
do it. I was sitting selling.
I was gonna be a fourth for somebody, and Austin ended up telling me. He said, "If you can find a team, I'll help you build it. This is how it is. We help each other do what we gotta do on to the next one." And that's what it came down to. So I went and found 3 dudes. I think we'll do all right.
Good dude.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a good team.
do what you do at any team show. Drive as hard as you can in the heat, fix what you can, and hope you make it to the feature. So I'm sure we'll door up with WFO down there and try to clean the pack out with them, and it's just how it is.
Yeah, because it's Justin Lane
Justin Dorsey,
Dorsey.
Gabe Dawson, Kyle Anders. Yeah, so
and is TJ on the team as
yeah,
well.
A2S. You got
A2S. That's right.
TJ, Scott Nanny, which I fucking love Scott Nanny. I mean, I'd do anything for Scott. And then
2 or
Brand-
4.
both. And you got Braden Heap and Chad Hurd, so it should be a good time down there. I don't know any other fucking teams, and honestly, I don't care. That's the point.
Well, that's the thing. You've got 3 teams.
3 out of 8 teams.
You can go into the feature, and 3 teams wipe the other ones out.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
If I can make it to the feature, I'm putting my back bumper on a block and Just gonna let her have at it. Now, if they wouldn't have changed the rule,
strategy.
yeah, I mean, that's the main goal. Make it to the feature. After that, you can figure it out, right? Just like Mother's Day Madness. I mean, we were the only Illinois team. Well, I mean, the other Illinois team, we decided to fucking drop them off ourselves. So, Illinois versus Illinois, then it was Illinois versus however many Missourians that were out there. We wasn't too bad.
Well, that was whenever the shit show commenced in the fucking drivers' meeting. Whenever we were doing the heat draw.
Yeah.
You said you were going to do the shit out of James. Well, you told him that to his face. I was standing right there. It was high on my day.
I just wanted to run, man. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to run. Speaking of
so fucking sick of that.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah.
My deal is he got called out. He should have just took it and been over with.
Exactly.
You could have dropped it. You could have took that bitch from the jump and got it out of the way.
He probably could have beat us.
No, he'd probably still be sitting there on that track. Right? If he did that.
He was about to be set in the fucking pit.
On a different note, I don't know if it was real outside of the need to know basis, but you actually built somebody's big show car.
Team effort.
Yep. With a few guys at the old shop.
Yep.
Hell, I think he even gave you a shout out on social media, so it's not really a secret. You guys got together and built Nick Celeste's car to take to Gold Rush. Is that something that you guys maybe looking farther into maybe next year?
Possibly. He asked if he could he wanted to sponsor another team so that he could, have another team out there. He asked me, Cole, Eric Mulder, and I think it was Eric Mulder's nephew or something. But I got in last winter with Trevor Reynolds, and I don't even remember how it even got started. He said, "I want you to build me a car. I want a light weld." So I guess when you just have a fuck ton of money, you just have people build cars. So he brought out, he was going to bring a bunch of stuff down, never happened. Well, luckily enough, we had all the shit kind of needed, and obviously I stay pretty tight with Zur. He's not far away. I can make that trip if I need to. And me and Austin built him a light weld in like 2 weeks after work. No problem. Well, we got it back up there, and the next thing you know, we're building a Whiskey City car. So we built his Whiskey City car, but he bought 2 spots. So we built Austin a Whiskey City car. And then after that, we built him a hobo. And then he bought another hobo, and we rewired it for him. He just likes the way we wire cars or something like that. And, well, then it comes to the end of the year, and Nick Celeste hit me up, and I was like, I wonder what he wants, And he goes, hey, I was at Trevor's buying cats. I like the way you build. I like the way you wire. I think it just comes down to the wiring part. Like, I started clean wiring shit back when I built boxes before I sold out to A2Z. Mm-hmm. And I clean wire to like the nitty gritty, and I taught him how to do it. He does it. That's just how it is. Like, we like it down to the finest. When you look at our cars, you almost can't even see anything's going on, but 4 switches and that's it. And Nick spent a lot of money. Like, I haven't had that much money rolling through like a PayPal account like ever in my life, and he was just sending me a bunch of money. He's like, buy this, buy that. I want this. This is what I want. Like, he had TP'd fucking door strap. Why? Don't know. Was it a bitch to weld? Yes, but that's when he was messing with that Camry for Turkey Derby and stuff, and me and Ryan we cooked that bitch in about 3 weeks after working a couple weekends, and it was probably one of our nicest builds. He went up there and won that motherfucker.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he had a good team. They can drive. They got me in a Facebook group chat, and they were just kind of going, like, they were sharing all their secrets to each other, and I was like, yeah.
Thanks, boys.
Which, some of it was stuff we already do, and just some of it was just pointless little shit you would never think about doing. That could possibly help. So, but yeah, it was cool just to build it and watch him go up there and win it. I mean,
when we covered that show before it started, we were going down through the list and the team list, and we knew it was going to be nasty.
Yeah, I watched it all from home, and he wants us to go out there next year, but He actually told me, he said, I got a VIP pass with your name on it, I'll buy your plane ticket. I said, if you would have just spent the last 3.5 weeks building your fucking car, you would also want to sit on the couch. Like, you just gotta cut it apart and drive this son of a bitch.
Well, now, if it's happening, maybe you can build it earlier and then relax and then fly out with us because we're fucking flying.
That's the plan.
You guys drive it this year?
He drove it.
I told him this year, because he wants me to do it again, I said, so let's start a little earlier this time.
Yes.
Like,
That was quick, Bill.
it was quick, but it looked good. And
I mean, we had that car for.
oh yeah, it sat in Michael's
it
garage
sat
for
in
a
my
long time.
garage. And just-
California car.
And we all just kept walking down there and looking how clean it was. That fucking
Beautiful.
thing was beautiful.
I showed it off. Anybody would come over and buy parts, I'd show it off. Like, look what I got down here. Check this bitch out.
But it was just we had all kinds of other things to do, so I mean, that wasn't a priority at the time.
No.
So.
It actually wasn't even. It was Trevor's car, Trevor's cage metal, and it was just sitting there. And he wanted me to build a car. So if we're gonna build one, let's do it now. And that's how it pretty much protected. Trevor's like, well, I'm gonna sell him the car and the cage metal, so get started. And I was like, no. I want to know, I want to know what's actually going to happen here. And that's what ended up happening. Took the cage. Trevor had a lot of cage metal at my house, and we put a big old fat nasty cage in that fucking thing. He cut for, I don't even know. He cut for a very long time.
Once I saw it loaded on the trailer at 2:30 in the morning that night, I kind of had an idea just what I could see. I was like, I bet you he's got a fucking.
You got to watch them guys, dude. Them core buyers that just pay people to build their shit. They don't care.
They'll cut it.
It's like Trevor's 2.5 hours, and then you got Celeste.
Heading out, brother?
I mean,
Yeah, I got my son's basketball game, so.
We're going to tell this right now. This man did smoked pulled ham,
Shit was killer.
and it's fucking phenomenal.
top of the line.
Thank you.
So,
Line.
instead of smoking that turkey or smoking that
Yeah.
brisket, throw
Top
ham
of
in
the
there and
line.
give it a shot.
Top of the line. But yeah, them core bars, dude. He lives in the Dells, and I told him it was done. I said, this motherfucker's done, so whenever you want to come get it, come get it. Didn't read it for like 2 hours. Me and Michael started drinking, and he said, I got somebody on the way. I was like, fuck, man, all right. So me and Michael had to keep ourselves up till 2 o'clock in the morning, so we went out drinking. And they were actually
You two fuckers have the same mentality.
So they were actually at the house in the driveway with the garage door open, trying to push it out of the garage because me and Michael were out fucked up somewhere. And I finally got my phone and I was like, oh, fuck, it's 2. They got to be there by now. We got back and they were like pushing it down my driveway. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, well, we didn't know you weren't answering the phone. So I was like, 2 o'clock in the morning, fired that bitch up, drove her on the trailer. Yeah, that's
And he moved right after that, so what's that tell you?
We're still talking about compact cars.
fuck yeah. 94s, Lincolns, brake
There you go.
trims.
Well, hold on now.
Keep going.
Now let's talk. At one point in time, you had talked about getting into a big car.
Yeah, but I think I'm almost to the point now where I think this just be just as bad as running a fucking hobo compact class. They hate each other. The fucking that's like you get on Facebook and hey, I just won. Say you just won fucking a county fair show and they're bitching at each other more than fucking said compact dudes are. I mean, it's you can't tell me you haven't seen it. That's all they do.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking bitch and whine at each other too. I mean. I don't know. I might try one out. Michael wants to. That's his only request for me was, I want to buy an LS to put in my Jeep, but I think first we should try to roach it in a 94 or 95 Lincoln, I said, whatever. If you want to try it, I'm down for it. Nothing but a thing.
So you got Spring X first up.
Yeah.
Have you guys got anything else scheduled out in your brains?
Well, we're kind of waiting to see what the rules are going to be. Rimby, he's talking about getting rid of all of his plates on compact, so going back to getting blows. And then I don't know what Austin's plan is with any of his stuff, but probably just hobo shit for these guys. I'm gonna get this built, run it, and then if it's still good, we're gonna drop a cradle in it for him. And then my cradle car is just sitting over at Michael's house. So I'm just going to run that next year. Probably not fuck with the hobos because that was too easy. They hate when I say that.
It was The shit was too easy.
Listen, Griggsville, first show of the year, 35 fucking cars. I'm looking around. I was like, okay, stepped it up because I was thinking like, if it was the same as what I've seen the year before, this is gonna be fucking cakewalk. I get there, nice built bubble aluminum. I'm like, fuck, man, these guys kind of stepped it up, you know. They actually painted their cars one solid color, not fucking 60, and put the actual, put 9-wire in and just duct tape their shit closed. And there's 36 of us out there, and I signed up. Yeah, I signed up, and I was like, fucking, who was it? I think it's Frida Hole. She's like, now give me $100 for the points because you're gonna want to. And I was like, why you say that? I'm just running one of these fucking hobos. I'm just here, I'm just here to cause some havoc. She looked at me and she goes, yeah, but remember last year whenever you almost won, because I won the mod compact points for Austin's the year before. And they had the second sign up come around. I had to sign up at the second one because I missed the first one. And she gave me that side eye. I said, you know what, fuck it, here's $100. We'll try it. And went out there and just put a fucking clinic on and got the Mad Dog second place. And I was leading by a bunch and came to the second show, built another one, went down to Pleasant Hill and just annihilated a fucking beetle bug. I was like, damn.
Yes, you did.
I was like, damn, this is kind of fun. But, the first show was 34, 35, 36 cars. Second show was like 22, 20, 25. And then the third show was like 16. And then after that, you just watched them, like, it was just decimating. And then there was some guys north here. They don't like to build. I mean, they like to think that gut and goes are the way to do it. And they started bitching on you that I was cheating. And how you cheat a hobo car, unsure. The only reason I said I was cheating because the first Griggsville show, Austin made me cut all my plates off because I tried shoving fucking like 4 inches of flat plate down the frame rail. Like, let's see if I can get this in kind of thing. Wasn't welded in or nothing. It was just hanging out in there. If I was going to get in with it, I'm going to get in with it. That's how it is. So it made me cut all my plates off because it equaled the same amount of plates I had. And everybody since then was like, he's cheating his fucking hobo cars. Fucking flame him. Get him out of here. I mean, I don't blame him. If he could have got away with it, fuck, why not?
He did.
Get away with it.
Should have took it to Indiana.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
You guys think I'm joking? You should have went back.
Have you guys ever been to a Nick Rimby show?
Yeah.
I have not,
From
but
what you're talking about, it sounds like that year I went over and run a Quincy.
Oh, Speedway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled into that motherfucker, pulled up there, and they're like, yeah, put a stick on it. It's going to stop and drive shaft. I was like,
Fuck the 20 plate.
I was like, what? They're like, yeah, put a stick on it. I was like, okay. What else is that in this fucking place?
It's scary.
Dude, I'm bad about.
I had 9 plates on the front of that fucking Mopar. It was plated from the firewall forward.
I think if you're not pushing it, then
Yeah.
like if my wife walked out here right now and you asked her, what is your what's the thing you hate the most about going to derbies? And she's like sitting there watching him fucking cut because it's every time. But in her mind, she's like, why don't you just do it the right way and get in?
What if you can get it?
And that's why I look at her. I'm like, but what if?
there is always that what if.
She don't understand. She don't know what's going on. She just thinks it's stupid that I'm sitting there holding a torch in my hand, making. She don't even know what's going on anyway. She doesn't even. She sees fire, glasses,
Yes.
natty light, and maybe a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, depending on what kind of day it is. And she's just like, "Why in the fuck are you doing this? It's a waste of your time."
We've been told so many times, if you ever go to a show and you don't have to cut something, you're probably fucked.
Yeah, I'd prefer to cut. Well, I mean, if you go to Nick Rimby show, it don't matter.
That's what scared me, that one show or Huntsville, whenever I went up there was 3 cars in my class. That was it.
Can't beat that.
Well, we get up there and they're bitching about my car. I'm like, did those 2 motherfuckers already get sticks? They were like, yeah. I was like, that one was built out of the same shop. I know what it is. Put a stick on this motherfucker. They're like, what are you talking about? I was like, this is the closest to a legit car that you got at this motherfucker. Put a stick on the motherfucker.
Dude, Cody Myers has one of the best after derby stories you'll ever hear. Back whenever Mike Brown came on the track, and I think it was either Mike Sethler or Josh Sethler. It was one of the Sethlers, and they beat Cody in like a bone stock car, and Mike Brown came out there and was like, I'll show you right where those motherfuckers cheated at. And they gave Cody the fucking check trophy and all. That's a good fucking story, yeah. That's back in the old days. I guess Mike Brown built a car and sold it to one of them or something. I don't know how it went down. Cody told me a story. And I was like, geez, it's like stories like that I love because there's so much old school shit that went on.
I would have been hunting Mike Brown over there.
No shit.
The old Trailblazer
So I
Mafia.
had the fucking check in my hand.
Yeah, then call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
Well, that's like that Cadillac that was at that same show. Like, I knew where that fucking car came from.
Yes.
There was nothing right about that car.
Oh,
Nothing right about it.
nothing. And didn't
And
have
I'm
to
just
cut
glad the
shit.
starter wasn't right.
Might have had your ass in the pickle.
Oh,
Well, I watched him, and he was over there cranking on that motherfucker. I was like, all right. And it was the car that was built on the same shop mine was. I was like, all right, good fucking. So I'm gonna beat the wheels off this motherfucker now.
And the price of steel and it's hard to like. I like the hobos. They're fun.
Quick, easy.
There was one sitting here we just built for a kid down south. And he just picked it up last night. 2 days. Little bit of welder time, a little bit of 9-wire, run the all thread in the bumper. But fuck, man, these are just. It's a $1,200 car.
yes.
If it's got a good motor training and it's not rusty, $1,200.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Find me a clean ass driver.
Wait, I got that Regal sitting out there.
Yeah, the driver too.
And it is at $120.
Hold on, is that the one where the old lady bounced the fuck off a deer?
Yeah, I already fixed it.
I get that Snapchat.
Parts
She
are
done
cheap.
She done wasted this motherfucker before I got to.
Insurance told it out. They wrote me a fat check. I put a hood and a headlight on it. She's ready to roll.
And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. I paid $300 for that bitch over in Shelbyville.
I had a maroon
She
driver.
wanted $1,500.
What the fuck? You're coming way over in our area now.
Yeah. No,
He's a
Shelbyville,
traveler.
Illinois.
Oh.
He's a traveler.
Oh, I
He's
know.
a runner.
No,
He likes to run.
I don't like it.
Well, he gave $300 more than I would have gave for the motherfucker.
Are you shitting me? She wanted $1,500 for it.
For a driver?
I mean, it's a day.
What the fuck do I need?
Leather seats.
I live 6 miles from my fucking job.
I don't.
Well, there you go. You don't. But you can't. My diesel, they don't like to be drove 6 miles and then shut off. So you gotta get something like that.
I do. I got a $1,200 regular cab.
Well, there we go.
And of course, it's a Dodge.
Oh boy.
So the trainee's gonna eat shit in
No
about
car
800
madness.
I
miles.
gave $1,200 for it. I'll put another fucking transmission in it.
So, what's the game plan, boys?
After
Party.
Spartans.
All
After Spring
is
X?
it all hands on deck for Spring X and this
Yeah.
this
Oh, yeah.
one car only?
Yeah. We don't. I mean, we can start on them hobo cars 2 or 3 weeks before.
The day before.
Last year we built a couple pre-built them. Actually, the one he ran all year, we built it in the winter and put it out. Like we just put it out in the pasture.
It's
It was roller. All it needed was the motor training and axles and dumb shit like that. And that's what he ran all year. Which we didn't. We thought maybe if we get that one done, we'll get another one done, and that'll put us a little ahead. If I decide to start running hobos, and then it works out. I mean, them hobos you only gotta have 2 days advance really to build, 2 or 3 days. So that's what they'll do. I'm just gonna run Spring X, and then I'm gonna put my cradle and shit back in my car. And
That snap I tagged you in earlier, John Petrowski, he just hearted it.
oh god, he's probably got PTSD.
Now, okay, we was talking to Austin about when he went to Indiana
Yeah.
a few weeks ago when he took a Camry. He has found a new love, I think, other than aluminum. Because we had a little conversation maybe at Pleasant Hill. You found another car that you really liked that might be a little easier to find, or are they harder to find?
the Camrys or
The Regals.
the Regals.
Have you had any much luck other than driver stuff?
So my buddy he had ran one over in Pana, and it's more of a bone stock. And
Don't be hanging up Matt because he fucking stepped on his pecker.
he does.
He should have won it and he stepped on his
He
dick.
did. He did. Well, he didn't bleed the coolant like I told him to bleed it, so that's what happened when we leave out 30 seconds into the show.
You mean not everybody's got the coolant fixer like you guys
We
got?
don't even use it half the time. We did use it, but it ain't hard. Once you got
Load head gasket too.
in the 30 limit. Well, yeah, then if you're like me, you
Yeah.
just run.
It don't matter
Head
sometimes.
gaskets all year, and I just hot.
My cradle car, first show, Gucci. Rest of the year, blown head gaskets. So in your mind, you got to do like some. You got to like do what I usually do, just finish quick. Literally, my water pump's throwing water. I'm in Adams County driving mock fucking Jesus. Like I gotta finish this bitch now.
We were gonna change it that right before we went there.
Yeah.
We're gonna change it. We couldn't without pulling.
You ever held a torch? Torch is on, burning hot. You're staring at a Zer cradle, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking cut it. I gotta get this water pump out. And I'm cutting this bitch. And I looked at him, he looked at me, I'm looking at Ryan, I'm looking at the other two. I'm like, it's fucking 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, and you gotta be there at 3 o'clock. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't turned it off through it. I said, load this bitch up. I got up there, as soon as I came off the trailer, I shut it off, tag, drove back, cut, drove back, get up there on the track. I just shut it off till I seen green flags in the fucking sky.
Yeah.
And I said, I gotta finish this fast, really fast. And which was weird to me because I got the Calhoun 14, 15 cars. It died probably 15 times because it was so hot, but every time I fucking fired it up, LMNF, Ryan Sidwell, I'm telling you.
Yes.
I run all his shit, and it don't miss it. And I mean, if you got a head gasket problem on a fucking motor and it's hot and piss, yeah, it's gonna die. I'm not blaming any of that on him. It's just gonna die. But the fact that it started right back up, black stacked, and took off just like it would before, and never hit a limp mode, I'll give him credit for it.
Well, you were talking about that head gasket deal. After Huntsville, he ended up taking my car to Madison the day of your wedding. And he was like, I was like, you gotta change the oil in that motherfucker before we go. So that Friday night, he's like, this shit looks like chocolate milk. I was like, yeah, I got a head gasket in Huntsville. Fill the motherfucker back up with oil. Don't put any water in it until we get to the dirt. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, fucking leave the water out of it until we get there.
Hot block.
I said, we will put the fucking water in it before you pull on the track. And we did right before we bolted the fucking hood down. I filled the bitch up with water, and I was like, you've got until it doesn't have any.
See, that's the difference between these. Like
You can't run them.
if you got a bad head gasket, drain the water and run it. And that actually, like the COVID year, I had Bowling Green and then Palmyra. I ran Bowling Green against every fucking car that had ever been at Blizzard Bash that winter before. And I fared out pretty well. And me and Ryan built this whole car with a stick welder. Monte Carlo. Hate two doors. That's all I had. Didn't have no fucking money. Didn't have nothing. And we built that motherfucker with a stick welder and took it up there. And it came down to me, Zer, Eric Mulder, Tony Brellinger, and Brady Smith, I'm pretty sure. And Lane Crawl actually shoved me into the wall, and then T-Brell took him with me through the wall. And that car was trash, man. I was just heartbroken because any of the little bit of money I did have went into that car. And it looked great. Like I said, all done with a stick welder. So I took that motherfucker, and I had some good buddies here local. They have big machinery, and they fixed the ass end up, and I took it out to Brock and Tyler's, and they had just got that frame rack. He's like, well, we ain't ever done it, but we're going to fucking try it. And they put that bitch on there and blew almost every seam apart. Because we didn't have any clue what was going on. And that's when I had it sitting at his house, and I signed up for the Palmyra team show with Dakota, and I got talking to Dakota a lot because I was like, man, I'll go here more often. And that's when I lived in the whole bottoms, and I was driving. So from my house to work was 45 minutes. And when I got off work, I drove to Ryan's house, which was another 25 minutes. I was there all afternoon, all night, and I drove all the way home every night, 7 days a week, pretty much. And I signed up for that Palmyra show, and I went up there and ran a heat, got Mad Dog in the heat, pulled early, and head gasket blew in the car. It was running like shit. I was man, I gotta make some money back. Like, my wife is on my ass about making some fucking money back on these derby cars, and we cut the radiator hoses in the pits and let her sit for 2 hours and drain. Went out to the feature, and that motherfucker ran better than it did with water in it.
It wasn't trying to eat water.
Yeah, I mean, it just fucking ripped, and I ended up getting Mad Dog ready. That's when I started my Mad Dog run for the JCs. I had a pretty couple, 3 or 4 good summers there.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that city. I've put on quite a few derbies, and they were by far the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, I wish Mother's Day Madness would go back there, but
Mother's Day Madness may come back, but it'll be in Macon.
that ain't bad. I mean, it's 2 hours.
But there's hotels there, and the fucking facilities are phenomenal.
They'll pass you to get your CDL like nothing. They don't give a fuck. Been there.
Is that where you got yours at?
That's where I got mine, yeah, for sure. When I left, I hit fucking, yeah. I left pulling out with the guy that brought me over there. And the fucking state trooper was like, attaboy. Take that shit back over to Illinois and fuck some stuff up, buddy. Yeah.
I don't know. We were talking just a little bit ago before we started. There's so many big shows around, from hobos to mods.
Yep.
Big cars, little cars, vans, you name it. Do you guys have something on your radar? Maybe if it's not in 24, maybe 25, of venturing, like, we talk on Utah. I think if you guys took compacts to Utah, you all would fucking love it. And I know that's a haul. I mean, it's 18 hours for us.
Yeah.
19, just a little over for you guys. Something like that, that bucket list type of show.
I've still yet to run Blizzard Bash. The last 2 or 3 years, I've been asked 2 or 3 different people, like, hey, come here. Like, this year, I made this fucking comment, knowing I wouldn't probably have time due to the wedding and all that, to Jacob Wood. I said, I'd look good in orange. Which I do. I think I built a bubble limit, motherfucker to look slick in orange. And he hit me up, and I was like, well, sorry, but I just told Celeste I'd build this Gold Rush car, and I'm getting married, so I'm kind of fucked myself. But next year, if I get asked, I'm definitely going to just take it and do it and run it. But I want to venture over next year. Being that I'm probably only going to run my cradle car after this car, I'm probably going to go to a lot of Lucky 7 shows. So I'm probably going to be getting a lot of hotel rooms. I mean, you're talking 2 to 3 hour trips into Missouri, but Missouri actually ain't that bad. You get heading towards like the Arkansas shit, like the Ozarks, stuff like that. So I already know. I watched T-Bro do it, and T-Bro went over there and about got his ass handed to him by like 15 different people from Missouri. But I'm gonna go. That's what I want, though. I want to go.
Dude, I'm telling you, when I went to Eldon in September, I think they only had like 7 compacts. And it was T-Brell versus the other 6.
Yeah.
The other 6 could not take T-Brell out.
But see, that's what I want.
So they got smart. A couple of them, I was like, oh, fuck this. Let's go run with him. So that's what they did. I mean, you watched a complete, what they had planned, you watched it flip 180 degrees when they couldn't get done what they was wanting to do. And then the sides even, and then it was holy shit.
I think it'd be fun to go. I mean, I've ran some Missouri shows, but I've never went too deep into Missouri. Like I've been to Palmyra, Bowling Green. Bowling Green was always my go-to, because if you're gonna get better, back when Candace had it, you're gonna run it. If you want to get better, you might as well run it, because you're running against fucking all the Iowa boys, Minnesota Madness. You're pretty much at Blizzard Bash, but it's a one and done fucking heat, and you got to drive for it. And I think next year, being that I'm probably just gonna have my cradle car, I'm gonna venture over in that area. Everybody over here is on the same page, besides Austin doesn't have mods. He got rid of his mods, besides Adams County. But Rimby, he still runs the same mods. He told me I will never get rid of them. He goes, whether it's 1 of you, 2 of you, 3 of you, there's no point in me getting rid of it, because the fair board's going to pay that person no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Every fair board he has, Rimby doesn't take no money. He runs it. They pay us. That's just how it is. So there's no point in him getting rid of it when it's not favoring another class. But over here, Austin, then they kind of make their own. They have where they can put their money and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's that difference between being a hired promoter for a fair board, or you're actually the one putting on said derby. When they're setting the payouts and stuff like that, that's on them. But you have Paris, where that facility was rented. Payouts came out of not a fair board account. That makes the old sphincter go, ooh, buddy.
Which also, I feel like if we would have had a good turnout in Adams County, he probably would have thought about having the mods back at the Memorial Day show. Whenever 7 of them stay on the trailer, 7 of us run, 14 just went to 7, which they didn't want to cut. Some people just don't want to cut. It's how it is. Whatever their theory is why they didn't do it, I get it.
Want to cut it every show.
But
the same car, the same rule.
yeah, which Mike Brown was supposed to run one of their cars, and they wouldn't cut that motherfucker either. But it's
You are boring the fuck out of me. Can we talk about something
too
fun?
too much compact nonsense for Steve. Mopar madness,
Well, I didn't care about
summer
that.
2024.
Y'all are killing me.
Strippers.
So, you didn't answer my question. Yours is Blizzard Bash. Is that your bucket list?
Yeah, and Gold Rush. Probably
Okay,
Gold Rush.
so there's 2.
Probably those
Spada.
Oh, I don't know. Just whatever. Whatever happens.
You just sleazy.
Yeah.
Wherever the money's at, baby.
I would say Whiskey City was a shock to me, and it was intimidating pulling down that tunnel and getting on that track with all them
Fuck,
cars.
that place was fun.
It was a lot of fun until the Missouri guys ran their mouth, and it was a lot of fun, but it was intimidating at first. That's the biggest thing I ever ran for, and I kind of got forced into it, so it was like, hey.
Because Clayton, it was Clayton's spot, wasn't it? And then he couldn't run it?
I don't know whose spot it was. Trevor said, I got an extra spot. And Clayton's like, hey, we're building you a whiskey car. And I was like, shit. All right. I thought I was just going to help build, And so we did it. And I actually had a bad tooth, had a toothache, and we ended up going up there anyways and made the best of it. It was a lot of fun. And
You drank a lot.
oh, boy.
Because when I saw you before you went out there, I don't think your tooth was hurting.
No, it wasn't. That was hurting for a couple days after that. So. Yeah, no, it was fun. It was cool to pull down that, and it was. I guess I just like shit. This ain't a county fair. When you're out there and that flag drops, it's different breed. And so I was kind of trying to mind my own business over in my own corner. I was having problems with my car running. I think it was a map sensor on it, and it's giving me problems starting running. It was just.
See, that's another fucking reason I don't like these little cars.
Well,
you know what has never happened on my big car? I've never had to worry about a fucking map sensor.
well, yeah.
Not never.
Yeah.
Not one motherfucking time.
So it was different.
There's too many fucking wires.
There is.
Even though they're all simplified shit.
Yeah, it's not too many wires, I don't think. I think it's just how you set it up. And Clayton's always set his up one way, but I've always built models with Clayton. So we don't have to worry about stuff bending too much on these hobos. Stuff bends. So I was trying to move the coil pack to where it didn't hit the, when it does come up, it doesn't break coil pack on the brake booster and everything. So, the way I set it up is it was digging into that map sensor. Or the mass airflow. Or,
Another thing we don't have to fuck with on our big cars is those fucking pesky brake boosters.
Yeah.
That is a pain in the ass on the hobo cars. Usually, more than most times, you're just gonna not run brakes. You're gonna have it there, so it looks like you have them, but fuck.
Your best bet is just take them out. Yeah. And once the coil pack hits it, it's so
mods. Weld some fucking
See, here, hold on, here's the
Another
deal.
big car.
Because I actually got it out of him. You know why he doesn't like the compacts? Is when they go into that limp mode, when there's 4 or 5 left and they're going,
Yeah.
and they're not doing nothing.
See it every
That's why-
motherfucking
That's why, but you always had get and goes at your promotion.
yeah. So that's what shit's on.
Now that last year I had fucking mod car. I mean, they were fucking
Mod cars? Well, you better get different mod drivers.
They were limping and mauling.
They get
Well-
fucking hot and fucking wouldn't run and.
He's not talking about Josh Gordon. I mean, because Gordon shit is usually running like dog shit within 3 minutes.
Well, usually when it comes off the truck.
Always dog and Josh Gordon. Motherfucker can't catch a break.
He can't. Well, he brings that shit along himself a lot.
Oh yeah.
He really does. But, we've seen Bronny Pickens have trouble coil pack.
Stupid.
I mean, it ran fine. He went through tech, goes and pulls it out on the track and goes to stand on that bitch, and it goes blah, 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 blah. So he did what he could do.
Yeah.
It just,
I don't know, like out there at Gold Rush, like those Camaros are just like that was fucking cool.
Oh, they sound nasty.
Those
Okay.
things are wicked.
They were fucking ignorant, stupid hard. Like they were hitting as much of a run as they could get. They were using the motherfucker, the front end of it. Like I'll watch that. But to just watch two guys go out there at the end and fucking no, it's not fun. I mean, whenever a get-go show is better than the fucking mods.
It's just because a big car motor just makes more noise when they're doing the same thing.
It's
No.
Have you watched? Have you ever watched?
it's on now, bitches.
Have you ever watched Turk and Jaden finish a feature? Come on,
yeah.
Well, you got a point there.
I have
love them to death, but they're just all they're doing is making more noise. We wouldn't drive the same
Justin
speed.
Meyer burn a fucking motor plumb to the ground, and it was still running just as hard when it finally blew up as it was whenever he started that. And that was whenever him and TJ were getting it the motherfucker.
I don't get it because I don't sit here and fuck them big cars. They're gay. it's always the big car guys. They're like, fuck them compact guys. They're gay. But then you got like, dude, you know how many times I've asked like the McAllister boys or like Brock or Tyler, like, come on, ride with me. Fuck that. I'm good.
Yeah.
He'll tell you the same thing.
Hard pass.
He'll tell you the same thing. He's like, no, I'm not getting in that
The
bitch.
piece of shit.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, yeah, piece of shit.
Down there, she wouldn't get in the bathroom.
Fuck no.
Well, I wouldn't.
Because every time I have rode in a fucking compact car, I've got knocked the fuck out.
Exactly.
Smooth the fuck out.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Because
I'm
they're
too
not
big.
spinning their ass in around tapping each other.
I am too big to get in that
I've died in like 5 compacts. Memorial Day show, Pleasant Hill, died. Feature, I fucking died. When I got out, the firefighters were like, come on, man, you alright? And I was like, who the fuck? Where am I at? Went to Calhoun the next day. Literally, I always go against myself. I wasn't supposed to go to Pleasant Hill.
That was the evil.
Because I was running Calhoun, and I knew I've always wanted to win Calhoun. Always wanted to win it. Well, they loaded up fucking whatever time in the morning. They took every tool in the shop with him. So I'm sitting down there looking at my cradle card, knowing I got to get ready for Calhoun. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this stuff done, chill out, watch some TV. Well, everything was gone, so I called Wyatt Fink, and I said, hey, I'm getting dressed right now. When you come by Pittsfield, pick me up. I'm going with you. So I get down there, and all these guys are like, what the fuck are you doing here? I was like, well, we ain't got no tools to work on nothing. What else are you gonna fucking do? Go to the Derby. So I got down there, and I just started working, welding on cars and bullshitting around. Well, next thing you know, I'm wound up passenger seat. And I died. I did die.
Not just a little bit of me died.
Me and Michael,
I just died.
Me and Michael, being me and Michael, we're supposed to leave after the compact feature. We're sitting there watching Gary Robinson just fucking do his deal. Next thing you know, we're home 2 o'clock in the morning. Typical. Wake up, next day go Calhoun. Head splitting, ribs probably broken. I don't even know what happened. I died. If you look at that fucking helmet, the whole top of it's smack maroon from the top of my car down there, Calhoun. Like driving an Illinois interstate. So I had a concussion, broken ribs,
You didn't have fucking
blown out back, knees were bad.
It was spinal.
Yeah.
My back's broken.
Literally, I died and came back alive enough to run Calhoun and somehow win.
Well, here's my problem.
To go
My
home and
boy wants to ride with your fucking ass.
He will die.
I'm telling you right now, after Mendon, don't ride with Clayton.
I killed him.
If you do, just don't put your seatbelt on.
I was going to say, because didn't you get out at
I
Minden?
got the fuck out. Yeah.
Because I'm sitting at the house watching this, and my boy goes,
I had a bruise this wide and this long around my stomach, and it felt like everything.
But he
went out back.
can't say don't wear a seatbelt either, because Pleasant Hill last year he was trying to get a seatbelt on,
and you wouldn't let him.
and I was already.
We smoked that car way harder and way faster than we did that up. Well, I don't know. That was debatable, but I didn't have my seatbelt on, and the only thing that happened to me is my head, while I was about sideways in the fucking ceiling when the car came up, I was like this, and when I come back down, I cracked the elbow off the sidebar, and that was
Mock
what happened.
Jesus.
Because we're sitting there at the house watching this, and the red flag came out, and I said, somebody just got out of Clayton's car, and my boy was looking. He goes, "What?" Look, took the helmet off and said, "That was Spada who just got out and said,
died.
fuck
Clayton, I was
this."
like, I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was gonna shit, puke. I didn't, dude. It fucked my gut up. It was bad.
I cleared
I'll
it.
never learn.
I cleared him, put it in reverse, got backed up, red flag, gave her a couple toe taps, let the crowd know, Daddy's here. And he was just, his eyes were just, he was not there.
I was like, buddy,
And he's
fuck
like,
me up. Yeah.
like real quietly, real slow, he's like, I gotta get out. Like his soul was getting out of the car.
My lady was trying to take me to the hospital. Instantly, as soon as I got out, I looked at my gut. It was just purple all the way across. And Mark Lindsay's like, "My brother almost died from that one time. If you start not feeling good, you need to go to the hospital." I was like, "Bro, I do not feel good. Bro. I'm not going to fucking hospital. We're not doing that."
I do not feel good.
I did not feel good, man. I didn't have nothing to hold on. There's nothing to hold on to in the car. So literally, as soon as it hit, the seatbelt I wrapped myself around the seatbelt. I was like, this.
Like
That's probably what it sounded like if you could have heard it.
like an old cartoon.
Yeah.
Hit a fucking clothesline or something.
Yeah, Ryan's smart ass. He's like, "You need to put your feet on." I was like, "Well, it's too late now, dipshit. Like, I'm already wrapped around the seatbelt." So
Ryan's got them specialty
Ryan
passenger
takes all
seat
the beat
moves.
from his legs, dude. Ryan, if you
Well, Ryan's quite a bit smaller than you.
You want me to put my feet on the fucking dash?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly what I said. I was like, "I'm not fucking doing that."
Knock myself out on my fucking knee.
No, I just let myself
You
get
would,
wrapped
too.
around the seatbelt, and I was like, "Let me the fuck out."
After I rode,
And I'll never forget Austin Johnson's face, dude. He was like, he was like,
after I rode my fucking 03 with Trey Hewer, I'll never get in the passenger seat of the fucking car.
I rode with Dylan Patrick in the minivan.
He
And
died
I
then
watched-
too.
Dude,
Well, fucking
I couldn't
bug.
breathe, and Dylan Patrick's passed out in the passenger or in the driver's seat. He knocked himself out. I said, "You stupid son of a bitch."
Well, his fucking boy, Dudley, he won't get another one.
I fucking
Big
love
D will not.
I
He
love
said,
Big D.
He said, "Fuck you." He said, "I'll get in a mod compact all day long.
I'll drive
I will
this
not
minivan
get into
for a
another
while.
fucking minivan."
Because I'd have turned that son of a bitch around by then. I can't.
I rode with Trey Hewer in that 03, my fucking foot went through the floorboard. And he was dragging me around the track.
Trey's probably drunker than fuck too. Hold
No, he was like
Trey was
15.
fucking 14.
Oh, even worse.
He leans over and says, "Get back in the car." I'm like, "The fuck, motherfucker?
Big
I
Eddie.
don't want to be out of the car."
You know what you should fucking try? And I'm telling you right now, it'll pretty much kill you for a week. School buses.
He's going to be getting a hold of you because he wants side to get in the school.
I want
bus.
side runs, bitch.
They asked me this past year, they said big bus, small bus. Dude, they forced me to do it. Like I was forced.
Clayton had like 4 people lined up to run this bus, and
And everybody that's dropping out on me. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. Hey, dudes, khaki shorts, cut off EPB shirt. I put somebody over the wall on a big bus. Happier than motherfucker. Well, this old boy that was kicking everybody's ass has been doing it for a long time. The fiberglass hood is done broke off. I can't see shit in front of me. The back axle's in my back seat. And he's going like this. He's wanting to turn him around, nose up. Well, the front of this bus is already broke loose, and my hey dudes almost got stuck under the pedal where the floorboard had slid back. I guess it's just bad. Like you're in big equipment. Like the school bus is fucking big when you're sitting in it crashing it. And this motherfucker pushed my feet are up here, steering wheel done broke. We done chained it up to the pillar during the heat. And he's like, I'm like, fuck no, buddy, I ain't turning this bitch around. You hit me nose up, my ass is gonna be stuck in here, and I ain't gonna be stuck in a fucking school bus for the fair board. I can promise you, I ain't doing it. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm getting stuck in a school bus for the fair board. You guys want to have a fucking firefighting training practice out here, cut my fat ass out behind this motherfucking. Them steering wheels are only 90 fucking inches long. Like a steering wheel, like when it dropped, it hit me in the upper deck. Upper deck into my lower gut, and I was like, "Whoa, stop!" Like stop, and like a pair of hey dudes, the tip of the rubber was stuck under the floor mat because the floorboard had came back. So they stopped. I come out there. The guy that runs it, he had the fucking audacity to walk up to the third step and said, "You good?" No, bro, I'm not good. That's why I said stop. Like,
See, we should have started with this because people are going to listen to this, but they will have already turned this motherfucker off because of so much compact shit leading up to the stuff that's not boring.
the audacity of this motherfucker.
We might have to have her cut this and put it at the beginning.
You could? Possibility.
There might be more of this
Text
in the
skills.
episode.
Tech skills.
Hey, I'm dying.
Bro.
You sound like Clayton every
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Yeah. Oh, me and Michael stayed out till 3 a.m. I'm dying. Call my wife.
I'm hurting so bad my ribs cramp.
I'll tell you what, don't get into school buses. That's all I gotta say.
Okay,
No,
well,
I
you
wanna
told
do
us
it.
not to get into
I
school
want to put
bus.
Cy in one.
I can get him into one, like,
Let's do that.
easily.
I wanna make
Because
that
I'll try.
We
Like,
need a hard-nosed bus.
okay, I can get it. That's
TJ,
right. I can.
TJ down there painted up.
I had TJ come paint mine the whole night.
Let's make that happen.
But I'm telling you, they're
Hold on, isn't that on a Thursday?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought it
they're tight.
I don't give a fuck about a Thursday.
Like, I get in one.
It's the longest is 2 hours at the
Yeah, if that.
We have had this conversation, motherfucker. I'm going to be out of vacation, and I'm missing like 3 months.
It's at the
Well,
beginning
you
of
need this
summer.
podcast to start making some fucking money so you can just take off and all that.
It's in April. It's in,
Oh, fuck around. When? Let me guess, the 20th.
We ain't got no open.
No, that's a.
Oh, ain't that fucker in June?
Is it? Well, usually when I dine one, I don't remember what date it is for like a month. They're tight. There ain't no way Cy. I mean, I like Cy, but he ain't getting in one of them school buses.
You can't move the seats?
We're different.
It's not school buses. You ever been in a school bus?
Yeah.
A big
Yeah,
one?
stupid. I
Yeah.
went to school.
And a big one though, not the
Yeah.
short one.
Yes. That took me to where I needed to go. I had to
Get
ride
on
the
the
big
short
one to the house.
I try to. I said for years in small buses, they're brick walls and they go a lot faster. I said there should be a rule where you got to cut half the frame off. And the audacity of the fucking fair board once again said, "Well, that'll take away the fun, take away the show." Listen, just because you want us to die for money
For money.
doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to cut. We should be like you should make us cut the back bumper and like 2 foot of the frame off. But
So
then you
between
get like
the rear tires
Yeah.
and the rear.
But then you get like Brian Brown, and they don't want it. He don't want it. His brother, because they're harder, they'll last longer. Don't matter, bro. That bus, like every hit you make takes like a year of your life away. It does. It's fucking. It's stupid.
You can hear it from the stands. How,
I
like,
mean, it don't look like nothing.
it don't look like the driver's getting beat, but you can just watch it and hear it.
First year I did it, I pulled up, thought I was king shit. I'm in a school bus, about to have a bunch of fun. Mike Brown looked me dead in my eyes and said, "The first hit's gonna take your breath away." I said, "No, it ain't. You're lying." He said, "That first hit's gonna take your breath away." He said, "If you can outlast that, you'll run the whole show." Whatever. Get out there. My plan was rally gate, stomp on it, let her rip, get the first contact shot out of the way. It's a little heavier. First hit, lost every bit of breath in my body. Couldn't breathe, and I couldn't breathe, so I was holding my gut. It was stiff on the board. My ankles were stiff to the floorboard. My head was snapped back to the fucking seat. Pretty sure the seatbelts broke off, and I'm getting pushed to the wall. And I didn't even give a fuck at that point because I had died. So when I got to the wall, I started getting wind back, reverse drop. It was over after that. Every hit after that didn't matter because it was already to that point. But yeah, they're different. They're fucking. It's retarded. Don't do it.
So you've run buses, but you haven't run a van yet.
No. I've been telling these guys I want to build one for a long time, but there's no point in me building a van. Cause
I keep waiting for them to come out with a mod class for them. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
like 5-foot vans,
Well, full,
It's gonna- I mean,
full
it's gonna
cradle
happen.
van.
Well,
Sedaggins.
It's gonna have to happen.
It will.
Then they'll go back to gut and go, and then they'll be hobos.
Which,
and
I mean,
then
it's,
they'll be
that would
miles.
still be super gay, but
Yeah.
Well, I
It'll
mean,
happen.
the revolution. Everything changes. What we talk every about 3 years,
3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. Something new happens.
I
and then
figured
they
you
keep-
motherfuckers would be all hard-dicked over that team show in Missouri that they were paying more for the compacts than the big cars.
Who's the promoter of that? Michael Huff.
Oh, yeah.
He's hit me. He's hit me up
What
a
show's that?
bunch.
I don't know. I don't know. Is Salisbury or some shit?
It's in
Yeah.
Salisbury.
He's been hitting me up here a lot lately. Like, hey, you get a team together, come down here. Like, bring. His theory
Hey, at
was
least he's doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing.
he hit me up and he said, "I want to get guys like you over there that like drive hard and piss people off. Come over here, like we think that'd be cool." And he pretty much said that Tyler Pickens and his dad were whooping everybody's ass, so they needed a little more competition. way it sounded to me.
I
Like,
heard it straight from the horse's mouth that they kept that Solo Boys rivalry going on, so the Pickens and them kept showing up.
yeah,
So, I mean, it'd be cool if you guys. I mean, that's 30 minutes from my house. 35 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
So you might as well just. Yep. So come on, like I said, come on down. Crash at the house.
so no hotel. We don't have to pay for a hotel.
You ain't
We
got to
stay
pay
at
for
your
a
house.
hotel. You take
Yeah.
Bub's bed. He's
You
got a
don't-
king size.
You don't want that either. I'll bring Michael.
Oh, you don't know, Michael.
Please
A
don't.
lot of car building, and I mean, hell, that's the thing. If you
Well,
can
that's
get
the
everybody,
shitty part about all this shit that's going on right now. Is
They're all different
everything's-
rules.
Well, and it's right at the beginning of the fucking year.
yes,
Because if I have Mother's Day again, it'll be in May.
May, yeah,
That show that we were just telling you about, it's the week after when
Yeah.
I've got mine scheduled.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like everybody wants to be right out of the fucking gate.
They want to be the first. I mean, so you've got Capital Carnage in March. You've got Spring X. And I mean,
But
that's
how many
just.
times have I fucking said, as a county fair promoter, like if that's where you're wanting to be at,
Yeah.
a county fair promoter, let everybody be the first.
Yep.
And then whoever had the most fucking cars, I'm running their rules. And then bring all that shit to my show.
that's why I
Correct.
respect the shit out of Nick Rimby because he literally, he will follow what everybody else does. He knows that he's
That's
not.
how in the motherfuck I made Filthy Promotions what it was. I piggybacked off of Bowling Green, Palmyra. Like, I was like, hey, whenever y'all are done with that shit, like, hey,
bring it over here. Yeah, that's how Nick
and
is.
I'll pay you $1,800.
Yeah, that's how Nick is. Like he follows the same rules that you're gonna run almost anywhere else. His rules, he don't even know his rules are domination rules, but they are.
Well, and that's fucking smart.
It is because I mean that's everything Austin runs.
That's
That's domination.
That's
Everything.
completely fucking smart because after you can't run the fucking rules that you like. You got to run what everybody else wants to run.
Yeah.
Because what you like doesn't mean a fucking thing if only 3 other people like it.
Yep. And it's the same thing that goes for. You can run it here, but he is literally every show he has is no less than an hour from here. If you're different, well, that fucks me.
Correct.
Where do I mean, so I just got to stay over here. I'm not going to cut or add to drive less than an hour. So pretty much what he does, he has the exact same rules as Austin does. Co-match. So if he's got a show on a Sunday, say like his New Berlin is on a Sunday, then Austin's was probably on a Saturday, the Saturday before or something.
Well, that was my deal. I called Candace and was like, hey, can I copy and paste your rules if I put street stock domination or domination street stock rules on my page? She was like, yeah, okay. I was like, perfect. I was like, I'm going to wait until after Bowling Green. And I was like, then I'm just going to copy and paste your rules.
Yep.
And then whatever's left from there can.
That's what works out so great for us. If we really wanted to run a bunch, all 3 of us, we could run. We could be here on a Saturday at Austin's, and the next week on like a Thursday night in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
We're on a fucking Rimby show. And what's Thursday night? We're having
Well,
a blast.
that's what we've
no
talked
car,
about.
no
Why-
cutting, no nothing. Same car.
Illinois, you can derby during the summer, fair time. You can derby from Monday through Sunday.
Yep.
If you wanted to.
3 or 4 times if you really wanted to. 2021. No one else was running but me. I had 2 cars. I had a Cradle car and a Mike Brown car. I ran Mike Brown's promotions and I ran all the Cradle shows I could. And that at that time, Rimby's rules were Cradle rules. So if I couldn't get the parts switched fast enough, I could just take my Mike Brown car there and get in. And there was that one week I ran Tuesday night Adams County, Friday night Palmyra, Saturday night Mount Sterling. I mean, it was like bang, 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 bang. Next week was Jerseyville on a Sunday, and then it was non-stop. But man, we were having so much fun, but we were also getting to the point where we were just fucking. It was just we would swap tires, swap tank, ECM and harness, as long as it started on a trailer. Pull it down when you get there.
Like, I don't like derbying that much.
I don't either anymore.
No, don't let him bullshit you. He doesn't like working on them that much.
Yeah.
You're fucking A
If you, like, honestly, I've got pretty lucky with my cradle car. It's the rules, the way you can build them, they're pretty much not. I mean, they're going to move a little bit, but they're going to set into a point where they can. And fucking, I've been able to run mine pretty much all year with no issues. Aston wanted to belly a little bit. We had to pull the pillars back out. You still got to work on them. Whether you think it's cheated, I don't care. It is. So.
That seems like a good.
That'll get him going. Huh?
That seems like a good note let's get to closing this one. So he openly admitted that he's cheating cars.
But they got to find it. There's a problem.
I've been saying that shit about
Hey.
Malake for a while.
Tyler Pickens got put on a lift up there in fucking Columbia. He said they did the full exam on it, and he said nothing. And I was like, I'm telling you, it's legit. Don Reno doesn't agree. Papa Don says I'm a cheap piece of shit.
So, well, dudes, we appreciate you
I
guys.
appreciate the fucking food.
Let us go. Yeah, that
cold
food was
beers.
badass.
Let's go to Spring X. Explosion.
Like I said, that's that month completely sucked for us because there's 40 things to do and
Only 2 of us.
only 2 of us.
Yeah.
So we haven't got our schedule quite
We don't know
figured
what the
out
fuck
yet.
we're doing. Just go ahead and say, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I said we don't have it quite figured out yet. You just came out a little bit more blunt
Well,
than I did.
when I get 4th place, I'll just give you guys a shout out.
They interview those people?
They will me
Oh
I'm-
shit!
throwing natty lights out in the track and shit.
So appreciate.
Derek
Like I
said I
said,
can't throw beers anymore.
no, he cannot throw beers anymore. He throws them half full.
Oh, the fucking gut.
He
Big
didn't.
Hill, you were there.
Yeah, he was right next to us.
That stupid fuck that was on the wall that was just sitting there holding the bitch.
And
And I finally had a half full fucking
Ultra
aluminum
bottle.
Ultra, and I was like, and it bang! And he fucking let off of it. I was like, fuck, shut up.
School
But no,
buses.
appreciate.
Minivans,
Like I said, we're gonna work on.
Camrys.
We'll talk on the school bus.
And we'll back off on the compact shit after this one.
Yeah,
It ain't worth it.
Yeah, for a while. So, like I said, appreciate you guys having us. Appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the support, for listening. Keep the messages coming, man. We're getting some cool ass messages, and
Yeah, this has been the most interaction that we've had in a while because
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had several messages this
Yep.
week.
Messages and Snapchats. So, without the listeners and everybody, tuning in every week on Thursday morning,
We wouldn't be getting rich.
your definition of rich and my definition of rich.
Spiritual.
Definition. Oh, spiritual. Oh, mentally and
Yes,
spiritually
yes.
rich. Just not monetarily.
Yes.
Okay.
Money's not real.
It isn't.
No, money is not real. So we're gonna take our
I
asses
tried to
back.
tell the fucking
Can we give a
city
shout?
office that.
Can we give a shout out to the 2nd place points winner, John Petrosky?
Oh, is
Hey.
that how we're ending it?
I don't know. I know he listens. So he sent me a Snapchat, and he was talking shit. And I said, just remember, payback, bitch. He said, I'll be ready. There's your payback, dickhead.
Oh, he's ready, huh?
He's probably ready now.
Yep. So,
All right.
any last words?
That's it.
Fuck 'em, feed 'em W bodies. Is that what it is? Fucking feed 'em fishtails.
Make it up, boys.